Episode 68 of the Monday Morning Worship Leader, Starting a Fine Arts Academy.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures give His glory. Praise Him above, praise heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Well, hey guys, it's Brother John here. So good to be with you, and I'm glad you're taking a little time with me today as we continue our journey together in the Monday Morning Worship Leader podcast when we take a look at what we just did yesterday. And I'd also like to welcome those who are just joining the podcast. We have several international folks that join the podcast each week. Lately, we've been getting downloads from Germany, so that's been real exciting. Plus, our biggest downloader is England. We have someone who, at least one or two people, who are consistently downloading the podcast there in the UK. And so we're glad to have you. Here on stateside, we have many, many states that download. Of course, Missouri being the biggest state that downloads, because I know people in Missouri, because I live in Missouri. I am a worship leader in St. Louis, Missouri at a mid-size Southern Baptist church. And what I do here, I just kind of share with you to tell you more than anything else, you are not alone. And maybe we can just share some ideas. So I come to you always a little bit tired. Usually I record this on Sunday nights, always a little bit tired, but really excited to wrap up the week with you. So last week, I just kind of gave my COVID journey. It was a little different. It was very narrative oriented, and I was really just simply wanting to tell you about the strangeness of me coming here to Parkway Baptist Church, being in the whole time of COVID, that being the time that I came here. So anyway, this week I wanted to kind of do part two of that, but it's not going to be near as narrative. It's about our Studio Fine Arts Academy. And so I'm just going to give you a little history, and then I have just really 8 points that I just want to very quickly talk over with you. So when I came here, we had, of course, it was COVID. Then coming back, we had a children's choir. And that children's choir, it was over 50 years old. And the director who had been working with them, she had been director for the choir for about 25 years. And not because of her. She is fantastic. But because of some scheduling things, our children's choir ministry was really beginning to drop off. We were just losing students. And then they were supposed to sing on Easter Sunday morning one year, and our numbers were just really, really bad. And so she and I sat down, and I said, I would like to start a Fine Arts Academy. And we called it Studio. And so in doing this, we have really seen some beautiful things happen. Now we have, last year, we had, just for about 2 days, we had a waiting list. And then finally, a couple of people dropped, and we were able to work them in. But we run about 50 children in our Studio Fine Arts Academy, and it just keeps growing, and I'm very excited about what the future holds. So that's kind of where we are, and so I'm going to just spend a few minutes describing it so that maybe you can get a feel for this. Maybe it's something that you find attractive. But I'm going to say this first. If you are a discipling church, I'm just going to throw it out. You should have a Fine Arts Academy, because it is the ultimate way for you to disciple people into music, into worship. This is what we do, and we need people. And so I want to encourage you, even now, to start making plans. If you don't have something like this, and especially if you have the resources, maybe you're full-time, consider very heavily doing a Fine Arts Academy. If you're part-time, I realize that could be harder to do, and I'm not going to guilt trip you on that. But if your church can pull it off and you can organize it, man, it is a fantastic thing. So here we go. I want to just share 8 points very quickly. The first one, our Fine Arts Academy mirrors the school year, and that's on a Thursday. So when I say mirrors the school year, we start in September, we end in May, and then we have summers off. Number 2, all our workers are thoroughly vetted. Now, here in the United States, it's getting more and more where if you work with children, you have to have a background check through the state, and we do that for all of our children's workers. So all workers have to be thoroughly vetted by the government to make sure that they don't have any kind of record that could bring harm and even tragedy to your ministry. That's number 2. Number 3, here's our schedule. It's very simple. Students get here 4:30. We give them snack until 4:40. And then from 4:40 to 5:40, we have our Fine Arts Academy, and they break into different groups that I'm going to describe to you in a moment. But starts with 4:30 snack. Now, let me tell you, we have a lot of people that like to get here early, and we have had to finally say the doors do not open until 4:15 because we were having kids showing up at before 4. And so what we have to do is we have automatic locks on our doors, and we've had to just kind of hide away till 4:15 and nobody see us in the lobby. So, it's kind of one of those things, people are excited and our children are excited to get there, but we start at 4:30 and we snack for 10 minutes, and then they spend an hour at studio. Now, we have our Parkway Community Orchestra, and I am this year and next year, for the next couple of years, going to be linking the two. So I have moved Parkway Community Orchestra to Thursday nights at 6, which would be following our Studio Fine Arts Academy. And you'll hear when I hit topic number 8 how I'm doing that and why I'm combining the two. So number 4, let's talk about the different groups. I believe that singing is very important for children. So we have a choir element. That choir element is officially from 1st to 3rd grade. I have included kindergarten with that if siblings are coming along. Kind of one of those things. We're not marketing to kindergartners because, again, it's a choir and a lot of kindergartners don't know how to read. And so 1st through 3rd grade is a good bet. Now, we are opening it up to 4th grade next year because we've seen some desire from some of our 4th grade families that they want to sing again. So we also provide a year of recorder choir with hand chimes. And so usually in 4th or 5th grade, they move up to doing recorders and hand chimes, and that's really good for them to learn how to read music, how to process it, how to make it tangible. And so we do that. And then we have a year of guitar and piano. I have a piano lab set up, and I will tell you the model of keyboards that I use, it's the best. It's the Casio Tone CT S300. It's a portable keyboard that costs $180 a piece. And they are battery operated. They have their own music stands, and they're so simple to set up and tear down. And I have, of course, each of them have a pair of cheap headphones so the kids can monitor what they're doing. And so that's how we do that. So we set that up in a conference room every week with a piano lab. And then I have in my choir room, I have guitars hanging on the walls, and they're just cheapo Amazon guitars. Most of them are 2/3 size guitars, and they work great. Number 5, we actually have a youth component with AV production. They have done this for the past couple of years, and what they do is they learn how to do video work. They learn how to do video editing. They actually do music and music production. And what they come up with is a couple of feature films that they put together. All of it is them. They even provide the music for it and everything. So that's been really, really cool. Number 6, each student, first of all, it's free. When I talk about number 8, it's going to be a little different. But number 6, the stock studio experience is a free experience, and they each get a T-shirt, but they know they have to wear that T-shirt in performances, which is number 7, mandatory performance. I sit down with all the parents at the very beginning of the year and I say, listen, here are some ground rules. One, they need to be here like if they were in a basketball team or a baseball team, they come to practice. And their performances are mandatory. This is not just childcare because I am providing this for free. So your contribution to this, one, is they show up for rehearsals and performance, and 2, they bring snacks. So everyone signs up for a day to bring snack, and that works out just great. Now, I kept talking about number 8. Number 8, this year we are going to be providing for the first time private lessons in strings. And so a student can opt to do that as well once they have completed a certain amount of time with recorders, tone chimes, hand chimes, and guitar. They can do private lessons. However, they have to pay for them. And that's going to be kind of with the studio experience, but a little bit beyond, and we will provide some ensemble opportunities there, and then work that right into our Parkway Community Orchestra after that. I have a person that's ready to go, and she's fully vetted, and she also knows that she will be in a room with a camera the whole time. And so I think that's very important in this day and age to have a camera in the room the entire time for their safety. You know, guys, we have Upward basketball, we have football, we have soccer, even church soccer. Church sports are everywhere. It's time for us to make sure that the fine arts in the kingdom is everywhere. And I hope that you find that to be a good word. Well, today's good word goes right along with this. This is a great book. I read it several years ago, and I'm rereading it to prepare myself for studio this year, and that is Arts Ministry, Nurturing the Creative Life of God's People by Michael J. Bauer. Fantastic book. It's a kind of a big book. It's about 300 pages, and it's really philosophical, but also it has some practicality too. It just covers every concept of arts ministry, and I would encourage you, especially as if you're going to introduce a fine arts academy in your church, this book will help arm you with the philosophical discussions that you're going to need to make with your people. So I guess that's about it. I've gone maybe just a hair long, but I love being with you, and I hope that you'll join me again next week. Remember, my friends, we are not rock stars. We are servants. God bless you. Here's a hard question for you. Are we the worship cover band on Sundays? Let's talk about it.
Next time on the podcast.